Hey guys! Okay, so the last video that we uploaded was on a GoPro, and the one before that, when we bought the land, that was on my phone. So I'm going to try shooting this one on my phone to see the difference and see if maybe I'm just messing something up on the GoPro. I have no idea. But this is a not my garden tour. Okay, I'm going to try and just show you guys what all we got. Oh gosh, the gnats are so bad. I just walked into a cloud of them. What we got going on here. This is small scale to what I would like to be doing, but it's something better than nothing, right? So let me show you. And I totally don't have my tripod. I packed it up and I never took it out. I didn't order a new one. So my arm can only stretch as far as it can. So, all right, I'm gonna flip you all around. Okay, this is our little pepper patch. We also have a couple tomatoes here, and these are some tomatoes that are awful. I call it the pepper patch because this is where the majority of my peppers are, but just want to show you guys what I got going on. This is a little patio variety, and it is absolutely not one of my favorites. The plant honestly just looks awful. It kind of honestly feels weird. Like, I don't know. It feels very woody, but it's given us some. This is as big as they've gotten. Actually, yeah, that's about as big as these have gotten. They're not my favorite. I don't think the flavor's great. I did label everything. As you can see, there's tags and they all washed off, so that's no help, right? This is a Roma. It also looks awful. I don't know if it was just the starts I got, if this is totally user error or what. They just look crummy. I've only gotten maybe 2 off of this plant, so. And then here we're gonna start our peppers, and I am an avid user of these tomato cages. These are the smaller ones. I do not use tomato cages for tomatoes, ever. It does not work great for me. I don't like it. With the type of heavy pruning I do, this is not gonna help me. So I use the smaller ones on my pepper plants. They work very well for them. I do, if you follow me on Instagram, in the beginning of the spring season, I posted a lot about pulling off the baby, as they are babies, pulling off the flowers. It helps boost energy to more foliage growth, and so that's what I did. And now these plants are decent size. This is about 4 feet tall. I've got some peppers. These are some red ones. I think these are green and green. Yeah, all 3 of those are green. And we've got some fruit going on with it. Super sweet 100s, I believe. What is that? Oh, it's a cat. That scared me. These are both, yeah, they're both super sweet 100. I labeled the buckets. But as you can see, these, I mean, this one's going like this. Or wait, I'm sorry. No, it's going like this. Like that. The tip right there to that is to that plant. And then this one is going like this. I have already topped them. That's becoming the top now, and I just come through and break it. A lot of people say don't do that, but whatever. Breaking it with my finger. I guess you should use pruners, but that's okay. So yeah, I heavy prune these. As you can see, I cut off the branches that don't have any fruit on them, and I've heard a lot of people say that you don't want to cut the branch below or the branch above where there's a fruit at, and I've always cut all them off and left the ones with fruit on them and just allow them to keep fruiting, and it's totally fine. I think everyone kind of just picks their own way of doing things and rolls with it, and that's totally fine. Here we've got an entire green stalk tower of strawberries. I have been pulling off, this is its first year, so I'm pulling off all of the berries as I can catch them, because I come out here every day and there's like 20 more. But I just pull these off, throw them that way. If they get to this point, which this one's so tiny, I will eat it. But this is encouraging a stronger root system, and I want that. So, yarrow, marigolds, and bush beans. Bush beans do not look good. My beans have not been doing well. I don't know if it's a soil thing. I know a lot of people are having soil issues right now, and so I don't know. This is local compost that I've been using for years. and it's always worked great for me. I don't know what's going on with it. These have not produced any of the beans yet. I'm wondering if I just sowed these a little too late. We had more bush varieties here. See, they just look so gross to me. They're just like awful little plants. That one's starting to get mealybugs on it. But I have been taking my marigolds and reseeding every time I come out here. There's another little tomato plant too. He's got a few fruits on there. And then I've got a basil. This was sown by seed. And I've noticed I've got some aphids going on. I can usually tell when aphids are near, or not near, when aphids are on the plant. Because you see how it's curly like that? How this is just a normal leaf and this is all shriveled up looking. Normally, if you pull this back, you'll find those little guys in there. There's some in there. I spray them off with the hose. If it's a plant that I don't really care about, I'll let them take it. Oh, well, I just pulled that off. Yeah, see them in there? If it's a plant that I don't typically care about, I let them take it because it's like a host plant for them. And I've noticed if I just leave it, they stay on that plant and they don't go on anything else. So, it's a sacrifice. So, yeah. Oh, look. Missed those. That one could have went a little bit longer. That one's like ready. I swear these strawberries are so much sweeter than store-bought. There's 3 different varieties in here. Oh look, there's another one. I've got Berry Treasure Pink by Proven Winners up top. A lot of them got some runners coming out, which the research I did said they weren't runners, but that's no problem. It just gives me more plants. Got a variety called Quinault. And then I think the other one is called Eversweet. So what I've been doing when I get runners, like here's a runner right here. That's actually a plant right there. I had this one come down and this was empty and I stuck it in there and this one's now rooted. I did the same thing with this one. The end right here, I cut off one and put it in the side garden over there, which I'll show you in a little bit, just to see what would happen. But yep. More bush varieties, or patio varieties, I'm sorry, that just look disgusting. It's not really much of an exciting little garden tour. These are my favorite. These are the Cherokee Purple, I believe. I think they are. Anywho, that stalk's completely broken. I'm leaving it because it's still going. So there's life being pumped through there. I'm leaving it. There's another one on there too, but for those of you who know me, we're in this season of waiting right now. Oh, there's a bean. We are building our house on our land, and so we are currently living with my parents, and they have graciously given me free range over their entire garden space, which is so nice because for me this is my therapy and I need it. My soul needs it. So thank you, Mom and Dad. Okay, let me show you real quick what's going on over here. We just got a couple banana trees. These are probably don't even really care to see this. It's a, oh, what's it called? A bottle brush bush. So it's not a tree, it's just a bush. And these I cut back heavily and just put them in the ground because I'm taking them with me to the property just to see what would happen if it comes back with fresh growth. So I don't know. These are, if it works, if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's fine. We got a dwarf banana tree. I don't know the name of this, but it's a full-size banana tree. These fruits are very, very little. I think these are like your average size bananas. These are bunching onions. They have been here. I mean, I've had these things for, geez, I think it's been going on 2.5 years now. They honestly feel so weird. Super thick. I don't know. They're still going though. Yeah, a bunch of onions. We eat them all the time. The kids will come out and just eat them straight. Parsley that went to seed, I already got all the seeds off. Threw some back in the pot. I just need to cut this back or throw it in compost. We've got some herbs here. There's a pepper in the corner. Guys, I crammed this so tight. Okay, let me see if I can show you. There's a pepper right here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 red burgundy okra plants. And then we've got 1, 2, 1 in the middle. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 heavy hitter okra. I ordered the seeds from my backyard Texas garden. She is on Instagram. She has an Etsy shop. And it is produced, they're not even that tall, guys. They're like 3 feet or so. And they've given us a lot already. So I love them. So shout out to her. I mean, this is amazing. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 pepper plants in there as well that are in these cages. So I cram this tight. These okra plants should get way tall as we get into super heat of the summer. They should get way, I mean, I'm expecting them to be above the fence line. This tomato plant right here is completely volunteer, and it is absolutely covered in fruit and blooms. Like, can you, oh my gosh, that's a lot. That tomato plant that I have not taken care of at all, that I just let it do what it's doing, I believe is aroma. I have no idea. It looks like aroma. That looks like aroma tomato, doesn't it? So, harvesting as it's ready. Sunflowers that I sowed a little bit later on. These glorious, beautiful things. Oh my goodness, they're so pretty. These sunflowers. Okay, here's the leeks. So I brought in some compost and I put around the base of these leeks just to keep light out. I have read that's what you're supposed to do. I haven't done this before, so we shall see. But I planted these super thick due to space. Some of them are thickening up and some are still very tiny. So we'll see if that helps. I've also been throwing worm compost throughout this entire bed. Oh, another thing I did. It looks a little bit sad right now because it's in kind of a shock, but tomato plants are super, super strong. And so I took a cutting from the tomato plants over by where the peppers are, a long stem, and the stem goes all the way to about here. And I planted this one horizontally. I just dug a little trench, laid it in there, covered it up, put my mulch back on top, and over time, gosh, I don't even think it takes maybe 3-4 days. Maybe faster, maybe a little bit longer, just really depends. But this will turn towards the sun and stand upright. I have this here just to kind of help get this off the ground as much as I can. Might not be helping out that much, but still, this will turn and it'll be a whole new plant. So we'll see how that goes. Just some marigolds, another pepper plant that's awful. I also can't remember if when my parents and I helped a little bit with this bed. I can't remember if there's a weed block around the edge. I know it's not in the middle, but I don't know if there's a weed block around the edge. Because this isn't doing great. These are not doing great. That's kind of meh. But the sunflowers are fine. So, I don't know. Rosemary, which I think is so pretty right here, and how it stands up so straight like a little soldier. And then the colors, those look pretty together. These are actually clippings, both of these. This is a clipping from Aroma, and this I think is a clipping from the Sweet 100s that are over there by the pool. I need to put up a trellis system for them because they're falling. There are okras all back here as well, and I got strawberries in here, and I've got peppers right here. Guys, this was such a last planting. I literally just like threw it in the ground. Didn't really think too much about where things are going. This is all temporary, so I'm not really too concerned with it. However, it still is feeding us. So I'm thankful for that. We did 2 fruit trees. So we've got an orange, tangerine, a pink lemonade blueberry bush. I've got 2 tea plants, which is new to me. So I have no idea what or how to do anything with this. If anybody has any tips, please let me know below. That's mint and a begonia. Actually, I think it's spearmint. What is this? It's a mint, because it smells like it. I have read that these are good cat deterrents, so there's so many cats in this neighborhood, so hopefully that's been helping. Then we've got an herb here. Got some ginger. Can't stand that plant. And I can't remember the name of this one. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember? Pineapple? No? Maybe. I can't remember. I don't know. It looks awful too. Everything's been looking bad. Bad. And I don't know if it was from our last garden. We had, I think I had that for 2 seasons. And so there was a lot of good, healthy soil there. But I don't know. You know what's really awkward too? Is that I'm filming this and I'm pretty sure the neighbors are right there across the fence. It's so awkward. So awkward. So if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I know you probably think I'm crazy talking to myself. But that's what we got going on. Let me show you the flower bed real quick. Alright, I'm totally running out of battery. So, that's it. I know this is probably a super awkward video. We want to vlog and make note of everything we got going on because there's so much that is going on. Hopefully this pump isn't too loud for you guys. Yeah, there's a lot more to come, so I'm excited. This is a lot, guys. It's all really awesome. The Lord's blessing us tremendously, and I just want to encourage people to grow things and to build stuff and to work with your hands and learn things new, because I've been taught, and what good is knowledge if we don't share it, right? So, all right, y'all. Good night.